What's up, everyone, and welcome to you on the Moonshots YouTube channel. We got a bug at the moment. I don't know why this OBS just disconnected. I don't know why, but anyway, hope that you're all doing very well as always. We're going to update Bitcoin. We are going to see what we can expect on that one, and if we have to go high, if we have to go down, see what we can expect. Clearly everything, because yes, we boosted on the target. We planned clearly the more likely one that was exactly 26,000 here. That was the last target he was looking for. Sorry, by the way, I have a bit of a cold these days, so sorry for my voice, all the stuff like this. So yeah, we did a nice 21% move to the upside from the target I gave you, like when it was already on during the move to the downside here. Recognize that the more likely one was the 161 point here, and we got a nice 21% move to the upside. That is just absolutely insane, clearly. So by the way, don't forget to smash that like button, sorry, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to turn on notifications. If you want to check the website, the Moonshots website, where you can learn it the right way, where you can get some VIPs updates, all the stuff like this, you just have to go in the plan section, otherwise you can check this out here. If you want to go on, if you have Twitter, by the way, you can absolutely follow the Moonshot account, so we can get some updates, know a bit what we have done, what we are doing, all the stuff like this, okay? So do not hesitate to follow, okay? Real pleasure to post some few stuff. Giving some updates, by the way, such as, for example, sorry, these dump targets here, this is what we was really looking, sorry, for on the bottom here. And if you, I don't know if you can check here the the description of the picture. I'm not sure you can on desktop, but anyway, that's pretty weird. No, you cannot. But anyway, this was the target he was looking for, and this was the last one, when we were doing the move to the downside. After, of course, we shorted with on YouTube channel, this top here and this top right there. I want to find this, yeah, here we go. As you can see here, WXYZ targets, the more likely one is the blue line. What is the blue line here? The blue line is the last one, clearly, and you cannot edit that, so you have the date, you have everything, and we got a nice 21% move to the upside on this last target. So are we done with the bottom or not? We are going to see that and talk about this during this live stream. So yeah, welcome to everyone, welcome on the live stream. Hope that you're all doing very well. As always, if you have some questions during the live stream, do not hesitate. It's extremely important you understand why I say good. Sorry about that. Just checking that everything is okay. Normally it should be. Yeah, all right. So yeah, as you know it, I'm more so with the 5 waves before. Okay, we can be absolutely in a wave 2 here, we can be in a wave 4. There are some different accounts. For example, here, if we have done this wave 1 2 3 4 5 like this, okay, yes, we can be done with a wave 1 2 3 because we are 5 in the wave 3. Now we are in the wave 4, but we can also add a bigger wave 1, a bigger wave 2. In that case, we can retrace absolutely more here. We are going to see, of course, what we can expect here. But just to give you to explain a bit the wave before I have at the moment, for example, here you can see an ABC inside wave 5. This is not a wave 5 in that case. You have to get 5 waves. It's just that is another count for this A, B, C flat. Okay, that is not really what we can read on the chart at the moment, but this is still a possible wave count. Anyway, so what I have at the moment here, if we're in a wave 4, what I have at the moment, okay, I'm more likely with a WXY, X and Z to the downside. For maybe all people on the channel, you know a bit what I have already on this chart, but here, for example, for new members, I have an A, okay, a B and a C flat, because the 5 ways down here are pretty insane. We shorted the top here with a B retracement we was looking for. So if we have a correction here like this, the next wave, if we don't wait next, this is clear WXY to the downside, okay? WXY here, we have 2 more waves to the downside, so we can be in a bigger WXY in that case, boom, W, X, and Y. If you remember good, this is what I was telling you in the previous update when we was looking for, some other possible scenarios, and normally we have hit, as you can see here, this was the target it was looking for also, for a possible bounce that was that match clear with the Z, maximum target here is the blue line. That's why that was another possible scenario to get only a triple wave like this to the downside, the big one, WXY. Now, personally, I prefer the WXY, X, and Z. You just have a WXY like this, okay? I'm going to change that. Perfect, WXY. I'm going to add waves, by the way. And with this WXY, you have just 2 more waves, another X, another X wave, and another Y leg. I mean, a last wave down, that is a Y leg, clearly. A Z wave, sorry. WXY, X, and Z. Oh my god, so this, we just add 2 more waves to this WXY. That's simple as that, really. I don't remember as a second X retracement. Normally we have done a 50%. Yeah, that was not really well respected, the 50%, but anyway. The 50% is a green line here. So these are the wave I have at the moment to the downside. So now I'm going to remove that. You're going to add back this wave, these targets here. How are you going to find your Z wave target? Just place the first click on the wave one, wave W root to the W, second click on the W bottom here, third click on the second X retracement right there. Okay, this will give you the target for the Z wave, this Z wave right there. Okay, first target 618. When it was here, we recognized that was absolutely not the more likely, because this will result to a truncated wave, a Z wave, to speak, a Z wave that stopped before the Y leg here. So in terms of probabilities, as always, this is less likely. Okay, we'll have less chance to do that. 100% here, truncated, because we'll stop again, as you can see here, before the Y leg here. So truncated, less likely again. And with the smaller wave count, it was not really this, but still possible, less likely. 123. Why this was still less likely, that will not result to a truncated, because as you can see here, we'll stop after the Y leg. But in terms of probabilities, when you have a big low like this, okay, it's exactly the same that what we have done the all-time high. Okay, we have a top here. Oh my god, I didn't click that. We have a top right there. Okay, so we have the previous all-time high. To do this, for example, just come here, and reject directly here is absolutely less likely. Why? Because how are you going to reject as the max people as possible? You're just going to take the high, turn everyone bullish, because we have broken the previous all-time high. Oh my god, this is super bullish, it's time to long. And how do people make money? Because if people are longing here, people that are going to short here are going to take the monies, the longs on people, and people that are longing here clearly. Okay, so here we turn everyone bullish on the very top, and we just dump the price. That's why here I was looking for a short, because when you break something like this, you do not try to long here. Okay, if you're a beginner, this is maybe something that this is maybe not the logic you're going to get, but this is the logic you have to apply clean on the market. And this is exactly the same on the low. Okay, to do this kind of move, okay, to stop, for example, on the 123, to do this, to just go on the 123 and bounce off that, is less likely, because we try to rect as max as people as possible. So here, how are you going to rect as max as people as possible? I'm not saying that we have done the bottom, absolutely not, but exactly what we have done the all-time high here. We break this, we turn everyone bullish here, and once everyone is bullish, we have done an all-time high, we reject it, we have done another all-time high here, everyone was clearly bullish, boom, we dump the price. This can be exactly the same on the bottom here. Okay, we just try to break here. A lot of people are going to short here to short the breakout, but they're going to get wrecked because we're going to move the price back up here. That gives us a nice 21% move to the upside from the breakout here of this previous low. Okay, so this is that's why this Z wave 123 was less likely, because we have less chance to just stop before and not take the previous low. Exactly the same here. We have less chance to stop before than to take the previous high and then dump it. This is exactly the same on the low. Okay, hope that makes sense. If you have some question on that, yeah, I'm a bit tired this day. A bit of a cold right now, so that's pretty. I sleep a lot. Anyway. So yeah, this gives us with this brings us with this Z wave right there, okay, with a maximum target. We can add only the 1618 here of on this 1618 here, that is 26,000. So this was the target was looking for. Now the invalidation of this target is going to be I'm going to add it here, by the way, the 20%. Of course we can do an extension, but an extension is really less likely. Okay, in terms of probabilities, this is less likely. Now we can absolutely go and touch the 20% here. Now, normally we should not, okay? Everything is possible, but normally we should not do this. So we have hit the maximum target. Now, if we are bullish, for example, if we have done the wave for bottom here, we have done the Z wave bottom here, what we want to see now to say, hey, we are more likely bullish. Keep in mind that if we have to be still be bearish and, for example, fake the move to the upside, something like this, and then drop, we can absolutely. Why? Because in that case, if we have a first correction to the downside, you can make a second correction to the upside and a third correction to the downside, and finally then become bullish. Okay, this is absolutely possible. We can. These are like Russian dolls. For example, here, as I said before, we have a triple correction that give us a bigger correction, another bigger correction. I mean, that give us this bigger WXY clear, because here we have another smaller correction, here we have another smaller correction, here we have another smaller correction. So it's like Russian dolls, okay, in every correction. And inside, for example, this A wave here of this A, B, C, inside this A wave, boom, we have a triple wave. Here we have another triple wave, and then in the C we have 5 waves. Inside the 5 waves, we have all the 5 waves, small wave, okay, extra. Anyway, so here, bounce off the last target. So this is probably what we have on the bottom. We have bounced off the last target, so this is pretty cool. Now, why this? I mean, I'm going to give you some some few informations on why this is possible and maybe at which point we can expect to go lower, because we have a gap. You know, I don't know, maybe for beginners, when you have a gap, you expect the gap to be filled. It's like a single print. So for example, if I go on nobody's on TPO here, for example, this, we do not have a lot of nice single prints there. Yeah, for example, this is a single print. Okay, so when you do some very quick move to the upside, quick move to the downside, we have a single print because we do not have a lot of volume. Sorry, I'm waiting for OBS to come back. All right, perfect. I don't know why sometimes doing this. This is really weird. It happened 1 month ago. Now I didn't got any problem since, but it's like normally it's good now. It went back. Yeah. Perfect. So anyway, so yeah, I was saying that the top of the gap is going to act as support. It's like a single print. So when you come, it's going to act as support if you come from higher. Okay, this is going to act as support. As soon as we get acceptance inside this gap, we expect the gap to be filled. Okay, for example, here, if we start to get acceptance inside here, we start, for example, to range a bit here, we expect the gap to be filled. So we expect to go on the bottom of it. Once we are on the bottom is going to act as support if we're coming with a downtrend. Of course, this is a support. If we're coming from below, this is a resistance, of course. So now this will act as support. Okay, as soon as we get acceptance below, we expect the price to continue, of course, except if we have some support a bit below, some few stuff like this. Okay, what we have normally, by the way, yeah, normally you have some levels below. Yeah, we have some levels, but this is how this is acting. Okay, on the market, a gap. This is not a single print. You're maybe going to learn that with the time. So now as you can see, we got a bounce off the top of the gap here. This is absolutely normal because this is a support. Now, if we have to come back down, okay, if we have to come back down here and get acceptance into this gap, we expect the gap to be filled. So normally we should see some price around 23,000. Okay, we should see some price around 23,000 if we just come back here, get acceptance inside this gap, and in that case we expect to see 23,000. Okay, this is simple as that. Now if we do not come below, what we want to see to say, hey, we are more likely bullish now, we want to see, because after we have finished all the correction waves, so I'm maybe going to remove, to change some few waves. I'm going to remove these waves. I'm going, no, not these ones. Perfect. So you can maybe see that better. So no, absolutely not that one. Let's go with this and change this C wave to something maybe don't like that one. Anyway, let's go with this here. So as we see, we'll have more like an ABC zigzag to the downside here. Okay, this is a typical correction wave we're looking for first of all, and this looks like what we have done at the moment. We can still make some last push to the downside, as I said, because we have some different wave 1, 2 setup possible, like a double wave 1, 2, 1, 2 here. In that case, we have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, but we have the other one before, because that will be a B wave here in that case. With an A wave on the bottom here, with a wave 4 on the top here, with a wave on the bottom here. In that case, we'll have another wave 1, 2, okay, another wave 1, 2, boom, 3. We are in the wave 4, and we are going to drop more and last push down normally for a wave 5. This is also a valid scenario here, and a possible one. Now I'm going to take that, we'll locate what we're done leading here. If we have to go more down, we go more down. All depends on the wave we're going to do here to the upside. And I'm going to talk about this, just checking that everything is okay on OBS. Normally, yes, perfect. So here, normally if we check at the wave, at the wave target we have done now, these are just some really cool targets we have reached. If you place this extension tool just to see what we have done, how looks this 5 ways. Okay, what is the most common target for a wave 3? The most common target of a wave 3 is the 1618 here, the blue line. This is exactly where we have hit the, where we have done the wave 3 bottom here. Okay, does it match with the RSI? Yes, we have done the bottom on this one, so it's pretty cool. Then we have the wave for retracement. If you remember good, the wave for retracement was looking for the 23.6 and the 38.2 here. I'll give you these 2 targets here. I'm going to remove that. 23.6 and 38.2 right before to drop. We have hit this 23.6 perfectly. That's pretty perfect. We rejected the wave for first target, so absolutely fine. And then we did a nice, if we place it here, we did an exact, not an exact touch, but we went into the most common target of the wave 5, that is this red line, the 100%, and this is where we bounce it off. So for now, the 5 ways, if we have this configuration like this with a big wave 1 here, big wave 2, are just pretty insane, and this is just so irrespective for them. Yes, in this configuration we can be down with the bottom. Now if we're done with the bottom, I'm going to be on a low time frame. Sorry, what we want to see here is simply an impulsive, because after we have done the correction, now to be bullish, okay, I'm just gonna go back on the bigger time frame very quickly to show that, but we should be then in a wave 5. Okay, I'm going to take the less bullish scenario. We just have the last push to the upside to do. We have seen targets. Normally we should go around if I'm not mistaken, I forgot that. 80,000 normally, something like this, maybe a bit below. That will be the first, I mean, the maximum target if we do not do an extension, for example. In case we're in the wave 5 here, what we want to see an impulsive to the upside. So we really have to start now to make some impulsive. If we do not start to make some impulsive, we are not normally bullish yet, and we can expect to go more down. So to speak, for example, we can be in a leading here, so a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4. Wave 4, as always, in a leading, not in an impulsive, can break the wave 1 top and go between the wave 1 and the wave 2, okay? It's, you know, the wedge to the upside or the wedge to the downside. A wedge is a leading or an ending. A leading appear in a wave 1 or in an A wave of a zigzag, okay? Or an ending appear in a wave 5 or in a C wave of a flat or a zigzag. ABC flat or ABC zigzag. So this is the first possible pattern here. We will be looking for a possible wedge here to the upside. If we have a wedge here, be careful, that can still be some other patterns. That's why you have to check the smaller wave count. But normally, if we have a wedge here to the upside, we expect the price. I mean, we expect to be in a wave 1, 2, okay, and then here we go. Finally, bullish 3, 4, 5, all the stuff like this. Don't worry about that. The first wave 1 can be absolutely really fucked. I'm not going to lie. It's like exactly the same. I was giving this example this morning with VIPs. Right there. Okay, I don't know if you remember. You know, when we have done the bottom on 29,000. We have then did a move to the upside here, or if you did all along, by the way, it was pretty insane here. We, on the bottom here, was looking for a possible 5 ways. Sorry. For a possible 5 ways here to the upside. The 5 ways here to the upside don't have the small wave count at the moment, but was really, really terrible. When we are approaching a bottom or a top, this is more likely what we do. We do some really crazy 5 ways, some really terrible ones. If I'm not mistaken, it was something like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and an ending with an expanding 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and something really crazy we got inside. No, it's not bugging. All right. So this is really something crazy we have most of the time. So here, this is absolutely fine if we do some really fucked 5 ways. We're going to, of course, to get a possible bearish scenario. But here, if we start to do these waves like this, this is pretty cool because we normally have 5 ways. And what mean these 5 ways? It means simply that we have a possible wave 1, wave 2. Wave 2 have more chance to retrace between the 50 and 618. We have 73% chance to go between the 50 and the 618 retracement. Now we can retrace on the bottom. If we have done the bottom, 90% is absolutely fine too. This is what we do, by the way, most of the time. Then we'll have a wave 3, 4, 5, strike 1. After we have done this first impulsive move to the upside, what can that be? I mean, be careful because, as I said, the leading appear in a wave 1 of an impulsive or an A wave of a zigzag. So this can be sadly also a correction wave A, B, and C. We do not have any wave 4 and 5 next to drop more. Okay, so that's why be careful. Now, normally that will be more an impulsive. If we're an impulsive, what are we going to look at next? Because we have to get this impulsive. Once we have done this quick move to the upside with this impulsive, what are we going to do next? Another wave 1. Okay, boom, another wave 1, another wave 2, boom, 3, 4, 5. And here we go, pump it up to do the wave 5 clearly. Okay, now this is what we want to see clearly, to be inside. Maybe we're going to change that to something like this. Okay, this is what we want to see on the very bottom here to create all of these bigger waves that are going to come inside the wave 5 here. As I said, maybe for new viewers right now, I'm drawing you by the way a wave a wave 4 and 5. Now, for example, nothing is going to tell us that this wave, it's telling us that the wave 3 is done. We can absolutely add another bigger wave 1, for example, another bigger wave 2, and pump it up to the moon. We're going to, I don't know, maybe 300k, absolutely don't know. But for now, I'm not going to take the super bullish scenario because this is absolutely not useful at all to do that. We take the less likely one, the more likely scenario, that is the wave 5 simply for now. Okay. So the less bullish one, if we have to adapt that to something really more bullish, of course we're going to do that. But for now, it's too early to say that. Now, this is what we want to get on a low time frame here. We really want to get some 5 ways here to the upside. Otherwise, we can say that we're going to drop more. Okay. So for example, for now, we do not have this wave 5 at the moment. For example, here we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 possible. Maybe we're going to do a bigger 4. And if we do not do another push to the upside and break the price high, a wave 5, I mean, in a leading, so when you have a wedge like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the wave 5 cannot stop before the wave 3. Okay, so the price high here, it cannot be truncated. An ending, yes, but a leading, that is a leading, this is not possible. So we really have to break the price high. For example, what we do not have, what we did not did at the moment, by the way. By the way, we have some questions in the chat, or maybe not some questions. Hi, Matteo, can you check the scenario for wave 4 for big wave? Haven't done. And how we are going to finish it inside 4 and big double XY. All right, wait. For big wave, haven't done, and how we are going to finish it. You mean the way? I mean, yeah, I think it's this. You mean for the wave 4. Normally, we're going to finish it like this. Now, as I said before, if now we do not have to be bullish, for example, in that case, we're going to finish that later. Okay, as I said, we are going to add another wave 1, 2 if we really have to drop from here. Okay, this is what I'm going to add me personally on my chart. It's really annoying that it's moving everything like this. All right, I need to place it like this. So if I understand good what you mean, it's so we are going to do the wave 4 like this, okay? Or we are maybe going to spend some time. For example, we can be in a massive triangle here, A, B, C, D, E for years. This is absolutely possible. It is more likely for now, no, okay? But this is still something to think about. So in that case, we're going to finish the A, B, C, D, E, boom. We're going to finish the wave 4 on the E wave, and next the wave 5 like this. Okay, we'll have the wave 3 in that case here, wave 4, and pump it up. Now, it is the more likely we have to think about now, no. If we have the first correction like this, WXYZ to the downside, and this is done, we have done the wave 4, we have done the wave 5, the wave 3 top here, and we're going to push high for the wave 5. Now, if we have to draw more from here, okay, I think I did not understood. I do not understand good your question, I think. But if we do not have done this wave 3 top here, okay, we can place, if we have ready to drop more, to speak, if we really have to drop more brick, for example, reprise wave 1 top, because the wave 4 cannot bring a wave 1 top in an impulsive, I'm going to take another wave 1, 2, and this in that case is going to be a lot more bullish for the long term, okay, a lot more bullish, because we have to do then the wave 3, 4, 5 to finish that bigger wave 3 next with the 5 waves here, okay, then to do this wave 4 finally, and to do the wave 5 strike, okay. But now, yeah, the wave 4 normally it's just like this. We'll have the wave 3 like this, and we'll have the wave 4 done. We can still do something bigger here, for example, spend some more time here, do a WXY, retake the low again, and then finally pump it up. In that case, we're going to do the wave 4 here, but this we cannot predict it until we do the move to the upside, because here if we have a correction to the upside, of course we're going to think about a bigger correction. But if we have an impulsive, this can sadly be an A, B, C zigzag, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to pump it up clearly. So only time will tell us clearly. So for now, yes, with the Z wave, we normally can place it like this, except of course if we break the wave 1 top. If we break the wave 1 top here, this proves all-time high here, of course this is a wave 1, 2, and now we can remove it. I mean, we can think about, as I said, to do a wave 3 top before, later, and then wave 4, 5 to finish that wave impulsive. Point 5 inside 4, a big WXY and a Y ABC. Not sure. Maybe you can send me a screenshot on Discord if you prefer, if you want, or maybe you did, by the way. Yeah, Australia looks really, really good. Yeah, sure, I'm going to love that. 4, 5, and inside 4, a big WXY and Y, ABC, and now we are in the last 5 waves. Yeah, normally that's a count. I mean, this is a count I'm showing to you right now. Normally, what I'm talking about, you know, this WXYZ to the downside, and here we go, then pump it up. Oh yeah, maybe what you were saying also, these WXYs I was also saying at the beginning of the live stream. This is also a possibility here. In that case, we'll have hit the first target, and now we're going to push higher normally. If we're in a wave 4. David, so if we break that low at 25k, it will be 2 options. Either we earn we not bottom yet and going as wave 5, or it's wave 2 flat, right? Yeah, if we break the I mean, the thing is, if we break the low, the current low we have done right now, that's not the right one. Right there. So if we break the current low we have done here, we expect the price to go to 23k, because we have a gap here. When the gap is, we get acceptance into a gap, we expect the gap to be filled. So we expect to go here, as you can see the bottom of the gap here, it's at 23, 24,000, something like this. We have support in confluence with the low here. So now if we start, I mean, if we start to lose that, we have absolutely no support. If we start ready to lose 23k, we have no support after that. So we expect the price to go normally minimum to 19,000 if I'm mistaken. The next support is there. We have a monthly negative path control, all the stuff like this, some really big levels below. But so yeah, if we start to lose this low, we expect the price to go minimum to 23k. 23k have to hold. If we do not hold that, we can expect to go 19k minimum normally. Now if we go to 19k, it will break, as I said before, the previous big all-time high right there if we break 20k. So that cannot be a wave 4 anymore. So in that case, I'm going to place a bigger wave 1, okay, as I said before. I'm going to place a bigger wave 1 like this. Boom, a bigger wave 1. We are in a 2, so in that case we can look for targets lower, and targets lower are normally 14,000 by the way, and 6,000 too. To then the wave 3 or 5, this will be, as I said before, for long term really more bullish, okay, because we have to do some really bigger waves. You can see here we still have to do this wave 3, 4, 5. If we're in this configuration, we only have to do a wave 5, and after that, big drop, because that will be in that case a bigger wave 1, a massive wave 1 here. Oops, did not click the 5 waves. A bigger wave 1, and then a bigger wave 2 extra. So big crash here, can retrace a lot. Okay. So yeah, these two possibilities here at the moment, and we do not have the answer yet. We are only going to get the answer. It all depends on the small wave count we're going to do now. If we start to make 5 waves, it's more likely bullish. If we start to be in correction here, we can expect, of course, to do a last wave to the downside, see what is happening with the gap. If we start to lose a gap, it's more likely we're in a wave 2. Okay. Of course, when I say we lose a gap, we lose a gap with new shorts coming, all those stuff like this. So we dump the price, not like we do just a big week, we reclaim everything. This is not dumping, for example. Such as, by the way, what we have done on SHIB, if I'm not mistaken, I gave you 3 targets. The first one went through. That was a bit logic because Bitcoin was dumping here, and this was a bit high. This was just right below the range was doing. I gave you another target a bit below that have been very respected. We got a nice boost. Now it was on a lower time frame. We went through at the end, but we reclaimed everything. So we did a big wick below and reclaimed everything next. So this is not dumping, for example. I mean, even except if you flip the level to resistance, for example, you have like this support, for example, you're higher, you do a big wick like this, and you reclaim really fast, really quick here, but you flip that to resistance. You just flip it like this to get acceptance to go more down. This is also possible, but as soon as we come higher, we normally should flip that again to support, back to that support, and again, we can expect to push higher. So yeah, I think I answered your question. So it wave 2 flat, right? Yeah, I think you mean a very long boring wave 2. Yeah, this is possible. But I mean, yeah, it all depends if we hold or not this gap, to be honest. We all depend on this. If we're going to hold the gap here, by the way, it's not a good template at all. If you hold or not this gap, to be honest. If we re-break this gap and go to 20k, we're going to break the price big wave on top, and we are done with this. And we should be normally in wave 2, wave 2. Anyway, so yeah, this is a wave count at the moment, and now, of course, if we are, because, for example, now, what we can see to the downside at the moment, if that is a wave 5, okay, as I said before, we have the wave, the possible wave 1 like this, wave 2, wave 3 here, wave 4, and then the wave 5 here, okay. What you can read here in the wave 5, because always in a wave 1, 3, and 5 of an impulsive or a leading, by the way, you have to get a 5 ways impulsive, okay. So to speak 5 ways, here what we can count into the wave 5 here, we can recount, and the C wave is here, by the way. You can really count a triple wave to the downside, so 1, 2, 3. Yes, we can be, for example, in some few stuff like this. If we just rotate from here, this is what I'm going to place. So for example, a wave 1, 2, really small wave 3, 4, 5 here, really something really crazy. This is possible. Now this is not the more likely. So here we can really more count a triple wave. So maybe if we start rejecting from here, we can also be in something a bit different in the wave 5. What can be the wave 5? An impulsive or an ending, sorry. An ending is a wedge to the downside, okay? So the only difference with the leading is the smaller wave count. So here we have a triple wave. Here we have a triple wave. It's 5 ways down, it's a wedge to the downside. Boom, 3, 4, and 5, and finally move it up. Okay, we have this triangle, if we can say that, to the downside here, and then finally push it to the upside. This is possible that we do something like this because of this wave 5 that looks more likely like a triple wave at the moment to the downside. Of course, if we break the previous high, all the previous high, this is not valid anymore, and yeah, we can still make a last wave down, as I said before. All depends on the wave count on the top here. That is really complex. There is just so much possibilities here. I mean, inside this fake triangle, okay, this fake triangle here, this was from the very beginning here, okay, from this first push to the upside to yeah, I mean to the bottom here. This was crazy. The wave was really crazy. I don't think to lie, this was really crazy. We just saw so much possibilities. That's why it was more trading levels with VIP. So we was more looking for big resistance, such as this top here, that was a big resistance. All the stuff like this to really trade the market like really nicely. But anyway, by the way, do you have some other questions on this wave count, on everything, on Elliott wave, whatever you want? I hope, by the way, I answered good your questions, because I mean, normally yes, but I don't know if maybe you do not understand something. All right. By the way, I just want to check one more time what would be the target if we have to be in this wave 5. If we follow the extension tool, of course we can be, maybe for people that know a bit Elliott waves, we can be in something that are gonna do some extensions that are gonna really do a crazy wave 5. This absolutely probably will do a wave 5 like this. Now, what would you say we're going to do this if we can do something less and less bullish? It's not really useful to be super bullish, not really useful to be super bearish. Just trade what, I mean, I'm just want to show you what the market is telling us at the moment. That's the only thing I want to show you clearly. I'm going to say, hey, look at this is super bullish. For example, here's the wave 5 maximum target is here. For now, with the bottom we have done at the moment on Bitcoin, the maximum target of the wave 5, if we do an exact touch on the target, of course, is 77,000 clearly. Are we going to stop here, or are we not going to stop here? Only time will tell us, and we are going to be able to recognize that, of course, for the time, because if we do, for example, a massive wave 1, a massive wave 2 like this, we do not expect to do a wave 3, 4, 5 like this, or really a small ending. But in that case here, we have to get a triple wave. If we have 5 waves in the first wave, correction here, and we start to get a 5 waves here, that's a pretty crazy ABC flat, ABC zigzag here, to go more down. So for example, like this, as we've seen it before, with a possible bigger double EXY here. But otherwise, if we do a crazy wave 1, 2 like this, we are not going to expect the price to stop here. Of course not. We're going to do a big wave 3, big wave 4, big wave 5, and of course we have all the smaller wave kind inside here to finish first, and we can do some really crazy stuff. But for now, with the extension tool, what we can see, we should do a top on this, if of course we stop here with a 26,000 bottom. But for now, what we did, I'm going to show you is what we did. 76,000 by the way. But this will be normally for now with the top we have done, the bottom we have done at the moment. This will be the target for the wave 5, and more down we are going, more going to lower down. Okay, now are we going to do an extension in the wave 5 or not? Only time will tell us clearly. I do not have the answer. But yeah, I just wanted to check again, because I always forget this top, what is give us. But as you can see, this will not be super bullish. Now, are we going to go to 100k? Yes, if we do an extension we can absolutely, but it's only the smaller wave count will tell us if we're going to do that or not. And even sometimes smaller wave count is not really relevant. It depends a lot. But anyway, so yeah, 5 ways here if we're bullish. Otherwise, if we do only a correction, a bit what we are doing right now, we can look for lower. What is lower? The gap clearly. Okay, we'll do talking about before. The top act as support. As soon as we get acceptance into the gap, we expect the gap to be filled, so to go to 23,000. Now I want to give you also some targets if we have to push higher. Okay, I'm teaching you everything by the way on the website, so if you want to check this out, you can absolutely go and check the website. It's here by the way. You have the Moonshots website where I'm teaching you Elliott waves and exo charts. You have a beginner's course also if you're a really very beginner. For example, I'm talking about getting started, so to explain you a bit the website, trading view, chart type with the different chart types, support resistance flip. Okay, that is extremely important. These two parts here are just a must if you are a beginner in trading. The daily routine and the confidence, these are the most important topics where you have to know as a beginner, and then you can move on the with the Elliott waves and exo charts course. That is just the Elliott wave is just something everyone should learn clearly, because you can really predict what is going to happen next, in case we go up, in case we go sideways, and in case we go down. In every situations, you know in what we are. So this is pretty crazy. And exo chart is really going to tell you the best entries on the market for trading, and even not by the way for trading, even for investment by the way. You just trade. You just look at the bigger levels, with the volume, the time, all the stuff like this. And this is something really crazy. For example, here, a weekly naked path control, you can see that on exo charts. Sorry. For example, you have a weekly candle here. This will be the path control of the weekly candle. Here, this is where, for example, here we got the most biggest traded volume during this week. And this is where you can expect to get clearly some reactions. So I just want to give you all of these levels here, because if we go down, we know what we can expect. Okay, I told you everything. So you go to the gap. If we get acceptance to the gap, we can look for 23,000 around there, 24,000. Okay, this will be the target. If now we lose 24,000, we have a big we have no support below, so we can really expect to go to 19k normally, 19,000. Okay. Now, if we have to push high now, if we do the impulsive, for example, what we can look for here to look for a possible short, if we can say that, we have daily naked path control right there. Okay, this will be the first big target, if we can say that. We have to look for a possible short. I'm not saying to short here as always. How I'm trading today, I'm just reading the order flow, so to speak. This is an order flow. We see what is happening in the candle, what is happening in real time. For example, yesterday, I mean, recognize that was a long to take on the bottom. We feel a short there with there yesterday with VIPs because that was a plan. That was a plan clearly in the daily updates. I feel a short person here. I was sleeping because yes, got a bit of a cold, so I was sleeping here. But we plan with VIPs to look for a long on the VWAP here. Oops, right there. If I can show you that, by the way. Approaching the VWAP for scalpers, and even though, by the way, not for scalpers, we find a more likely target here. That was VWAP clearly if we have to get a bounce. Approaching again, and now be careful because we got some longs. So we got, for example, we want to get absorption or a big weakness to open a long. And what we got here on the low, we got absorption. For example, we can see here what we have a low, but on the CVD here, for example, on the delta bars here, we have a low but a higher low. This means that we have absorption on the market, what I was looking for, to open a long, and we just bounced it off the VWAP. As you can see here, we took the, went into the VWAP here. We have seen this morning in the daily update how to trade this long, and we're ready to move to the upside. We have a lot of longs, by the way, coming in on the market here. Some shorts here. Yeah, still some longs, so we do not have absorption. Oh, yeah, we do have some shorts, by the way, coming in, but nothing really crazy. You have more longs than short on the very top here. So, for example, if this is classed, as bearish, these data, for example, are not classed as bearish yet. Of course, we can take the high swing for the pan. In that case, yes, we can dump it next. For now, we do not have any absorption. We have some new longs opening. Yes, we can get a bit of a move to the downside, but normally nothing crazy. This is what we can learn. I mean, what we can read at the moment with exo charts. Okay, that is exo charts, by the way. As you can see here, exo charts. This is an order flow, and really, this is something extremely important. You use that for I'm personally entering my trade on the 1 minute. I just check what is happening on the 1 minute here, and with the 1 minute here, I'm able to open or not, to take or not a trade. This is really crazy. Anyway, we have absorption on the lows more obvious, so this is not really bearish, to be honest. We're on the very top here. We want to see a bigger reaction here to do short here. So speak, take the high, swing for the pan, do something like this, retest the 618, 66%, but in that case, normally we want to get absorption here and then get the demand coming in. For now, this is not really, there is nothing clear to take really for a high probability trade, if we can say that. So anyway, this is really the tool we use, and I'm teaching you to re-enter the trade and see how to take the trade clearly, okay? Because we plan the highest probability target, and more of this, we have this to really see what's happening behind the markets, what people are doing clearly. For example, here, right before to drop, people was longing into the very top of the move, right there, right before to the massive move to the downside here, before to dump clearly. People was clearly longing here into the resistance. That was where we was looking for a short, because that was the monthly naked path control. Clear monthly naked path control here is a strong level, and people was longing into a resistance, so we was trying to short there, and we shorted, and we did a nice move to the downside next. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to push high here, first level, daily naked path control here, okay? Now, of course, we can reject before. If we're in the ending, for example, of course, we're going to reject before. We have some levels before, by the way, you can see that with the alarms here. But anyway, we have some levels before here, of course, to be aware of, such as, for example, the TPOs, all the stuff like this. I'm teaching you also. TPOs level like this, for example, this naked line here, this naked line here, this is a TPO. You have also these sessions right there. For example, this is a session template where you can see the sessions all during the day. For example, we are now in the New York session, so this is a really good session, to be honest with you. Most of the time we do some massive pump and dump all the time. For example, here, boom, New York session, dump it, pump it, dump it next. This is pretty crazy. One more time here, we move it up, move it down, move it up a bit. Nothing crazy here, but here, for example, boom, we do some move down here. I mean, we just dump the price here. Clearly, the New York sessions are pretty cool. So if you want to trade, I'm in France, so the New York session is pretty cool. Just right into the afternoon, so it's pretty nice. But anyway, so you have all of this. So for example, here you have a daily naked path control, then you have a weekly naked path control here. You just have to check the order flow clearly to know if you have to take the trade. Of course, you have to see if the context match or not with the short possible to take here. Then we have this trend line here. Okay, that was the low of the fake triangle here, right there. If now we have to push higher, We have this triple daily level here. I'm going to remove all of this, by the way, because now this was when we was looking for a short here. But we have this daily here on top, we have this daily on top, we have this daily on top. So 3 daily levels here that are interesting to look for shorts, because these are new fresh daily levels on top. So these are really, I mean, these are not the strongest level, but these are still strong levels. Higher extract rate, have some older levels, but for now we are not there yet. So now we know what to expect, and we know what we have to do if we have to push higher, and we know what we have to look at also if we have to push lower. Of course, I'm not going to do the work for low and low and low and low and below 19,000 because it's not really useful. We did that with VIPs, but here it's not really useful. So I'm going to update you now, of course, if we have to drop. But this is what we can expect right now. So I'm looking for 5 ways impulsive. If we do not do this 5 ways impulsive, we can expect to be in a correction, maybe more in an ending, but we can still do a last push to the downside for a wave 5 or even a drop, by the way, depending if targets hold or not. If we do an extension, we do an extension. For example, if we drop from here, what I say in my previous updates, sorry. By the way, I saw a question, David. I'm just going to finish without. I'm with you after that. So here, for example, if we jump from here, I'm going to take not the WXYXZ anymore, but I'm going to take this WXY, and we have seen next targets if we have to go more down. And normally the next target, if we have to fall from here and really break 20k, we can look for 19,000 of course, but the first real target of the big WXY target here, that will be this WXY here. Okay, we have the W here, the X and the Y here. The next target is the 100% here, so it will bring us normally around 15,000, around there, a bit below. If now we have to go look for lower, 6,000. If we do a big dump, we have to be ready already for what is going to happen and for targets clearly. Now, of course, add confidence with this target to really see what we can get, such as, for example, this 161 here. We got a daily on the very bottom. As you can see here, we got. By the way, no, this daily is not really well placed, but for example, here what we got, we got this daily level right there. As you can see, the daily level, it's pretty ugly, it's a big line. You can see here we got a daily level in confidence plus a weekly neck, a path control, some few stuff like this. I don't remember exactly. Plus the 618, 66% of this big move. I mean, of this big retracement from the very top to the very bottom here, if I'm not mistaken. This one that gives us this 618, 66%. We perfectly bounced off the 66% plus the daily plus the 1618. That was a high probability target to look for it on clearly. So hey, why do you think? Why do you think? Because we are in a wave 4. Why? So I'm going to read the question. The drop is why you think the drop is WXYXZ instead of a WXY? Simply because, with a wave count, we should be for now in a wave 4. So if we're in a wave 4, yes, I mean, both are absolutely valid, to be honest with you. Both are valid, but it was more for targets all the way down here. The WXYXZ was a bit more accurate, to be honest with you. Now, both are absolutely valid. I'm more going to take the WXY in case we are in a wave 2, because that will bring us really low. Now, I'm more taking this WXYXZ because, I don't know, with a small wave count, I prefer that one, to be honest with you. Targets are well respected on that one. And I prefer because the Z-Wave have a maximum target around 23k around there. That's why I will take more that one, because this gives us more accurate target. As you can see here, if you check only at the WXY first target, this was really higher. You can see here, if you place this extension tool, I mean really high, it's not really higher, but this is still here, and you have still the 161 a bit below here. So that's why I prefer the other one. I'm really going to take the big WXY in case we are in the wave 2 and we really have to break 20k. Until then, I'm more with this one because I prefer that one with targets, and with a small wave count, it's much more respected in my opinion. Now it's really, if you want to take the WXY, you can absolutely take the WXY. This is absolutely valid too. There is, yeah, this is 100% valid here. It's just with targets, I prefer that one. So anyway, so yeah, WXY is absolutely valid too here. By the way, do you have some other questions on maybe some targets, some wave count, some everything clearly? Great, thanks. Okay, perfect. If I answer your question. By the way, if you want to join the Discord server, you can absolutely. The link is just right below in the description. You will find absolutely everything. I mean, you'll find out with the website or thinking about the message here with Polio. You will get some Bitcoin here, of course, where I give you, for example, the trade for the dump here. Recognize that was a more likely trade. This was this one here, where we got this nice 21% boons. some other stuff like this, for example, what we did, oops, that's not the right screenshot, what we did here, some few stuff like this, that was in an update, in a YouTube update, but some updates, you know, with some wave count, some few stuff like this, such as right before to do the last wave to the downside here, to go and take 26k, I gave you this possible wave count here with all of the trades after. Of course, we have hit some trades, but just to give you a small wave count, so you know that if we drop from here, you just have to place the wave 4 here, and you just have to find your wave 5 targets, and we just look at the wave 5 targets all the way down to see where you can get a bounce. Oh, fly. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to join that, you can absolutely, you can see also the predictions for VIP, the crypto liquidation box. That was pretty insane. This was pretty insane. This guy said all the way down from, it was, I don't remember exactly, by the way, it was from, let me open that, from 32,000 to 29,000. This guy was buying the dip with limited orders. We know that this guy is jumping in with a cross leverage around X9, something like this. What do you have to do? You just have to find his liquidation price. Once you have done this, you have the where we get the bounce. So we have all of the confidence before, if you remember good, with the 66, with the 1618, with the daily level, all the stuff like this, plus the low of the crypto liquidation box, clearly. And this is a lot of confidence, and from this low, from where we got liquidated, clearly, we got a nice 21% move to the upside, and even more, by the way, maybe now, maybe not. Yeah, don't really take the low here, but anyway, we got a nice, yeah, still 21, 22% move to the upside. That's why this big community are pretty crazy. I absolutely love just to see these guys tweeting, because this is pretty crazy. All the people that are following these guys just have to make the opposite clear, because this is a good indicator to do is the opposite clear. This is really crazy. Anyway, so that was a nice TA2, by the way. It's not Elliott wave or exo chart, but I mean, this is a bit of exo chart, because really think about what is behind the market. But anyway, so if you want to get to see the predictions or maybe talk with other members, by the way, you can absolutely just have to join the Discord server that is right below in the description. And if you want for more, you have the VIP's channel here. Of course, you have to go on the website and check for the plans and the upgrades, and you will find absolutely everything. But yeah, that's all really for Bitcoin. We are live for less than 1 hour, by the way. So if you have some questions, do not hesitate. It's a real pleasure for me to answer you on everything, clearly. By the way, I think about this Luna. I just want to talk really quickly about Luna here. If I can get this. Oh yeah, but this one has been deleted from TradingView. That sucks a lot. That sucks a lot. Because the thing we have done, I don't know if it was 0 on the live stream. Wait just a second, please, because with a bit of a cold at the moment, this is really crazy. Wait just a second, please. Alright, sorry. I don't know if you remember, you know, we was looking, I mean, maybe to add some more Luna USD. I don't know if we have still some FTX armies working. Ooh. Oh no, okay, that's the daily time frame. Oh yeah, but we do not have. That sucks a lot. Let me check that really quickly if we have some few stuff. I'm not sure we'll get. All right, here we go. For example, here what we got, you know, we was looking for. Yeah, it will be okay. For example, here, if you remember good, we was looking first of all for this first support. Okay, this first support here around $6. Right there, we got a weekly. I will took this one with, of course, some support below. The thing is, if you have to lose that, as I said, we can look directly for that. Of course, we can just fake the down, reclaim directly, bounce flip out to support. Here we go. But as soon as we do not hold this is not a support clearly. Okay, this is not a support anymore. But that was a support we was looking for first of all. If now we have to go more down, we plant some targets. It was from I don't remember, it was maybe from $3 or maybe $1. I don't remember exactly. It was maybe more from $3 to 0 clearly, because we recognize so that we could go to 0 because we have no targets clearly between 6 and 0. We could do absolutely everything. And we got some other levels. The thing what we have done here, if you go on low time frame, that's why this is extremely important to add these levels on your chart. Why? Simply because if you watch what we have done here, we got I remember now, we got a weekly level here we was looking for. That was a target clearly we planned on the bottom here. What we have done here is simply we lose the support, okay, we reclaim everything to flip that here to resistance, and once we flip that to resistance, we just dump the price because we flipped that to resistance. So that was, for example, if you bought some Luna here, that was a weakness of the market clearly to push higher, just to retest and to flip that to resistance to get acceptance to go more down. So here, if you bought some Luna here, for example, that was 100% if you was trading this a take profit or a target to sell clearly Luna, because now that will be reduced to a massive loss. I saw, I mean, if I'm mistaken, some in the VIPs sent a screenshot yesterday. We got 8 suicide in with this term. That was just pretty crazy. If I'm mistaken, I know what I'm talking about. I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, that's why never invest what you can't afford to lose. This is extremely important. Never invest. I mean, the money you invest is just something you don't care. You can lose this money. You absolutely don't care. Clearly, what I say, by the way, there is no financial advice here on the YouTube channel. But this is something you can lose. You absolutely don't care. You know, this money is really. I mean, it's better, of course, to win some trades. This is pretty cool. But this money is really something you're not going, for example, to add all your investment, all what you have in your bank account or in crypto and everything. No, because if you lose everything one day, what are you going to do? And this is exactly what is happening on Luna. Some people clear the top at $100 and went just right below $1. This is pretty crazy. When you invest, for example, I saw a tweet, it was like 10,000 in Luna at the top, and where we are today, you have less than $2. This is just pretty crazy. You know, you lose $10,000 in some days. Clearly, this is pretty crazy. That's like a lot, this story, but anyway. So yeah, well, just to show you a bit and to give some explanations on this Luna, you know, the how to trade that and how that was looking at this clearly. But yeah, we just flipped the support to resistance. So as soon as we do this is not good anymore to go higher, and we went more down clearly. Now, what I recommend, by the way, it's maybe not the good topic, but what I recommend here is just to do anything clearly now. You can, I mean, you do whatever you want, of course, but what you want to do here is just clearly let it go, and we can do this. I mean, you can absolutely buy some if you want. You do whatever you want, of course, but I mean, yeah. Now we are really low. That's the prime here, but maybe wait for a bit of range bound to maybe spend some years, or maybe the best will be to just not try to catch dip. Just try to just wait, let it go, see if range bound a bit, and that's all. And even if we go to $1, it's absolutely fine before to buy. You know, that's absolutely fine. Now we'll just recommend to wait for a bit of sideways to see what is happening exactly. If this thing is going to be dead, clearly, it's better to wait, in my opinion. But anyway. So yeah, that brings us where we are at the moment on Bitcoin. So I hope that everything was clear for you. I think we're good for today. If you do not have any questions, any additional questions, you can absolutely watch this live stream on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, to turn on notifications if you want to get these notifications, to know when I'm going to be live, to get really this plan on Bitcoin, what we can expect on that one, and everything, crazy updates, all the stuff like this on all the coins. Binance coin, we got, I mean, I gave you 2 targets for the Binance coin, by the way, and it was a bit high. We planned with VIPs, a bigger zone clearly of support, and we got a nice, if I'm mistaken, a nice 31% move to the upside with this Binance coin, and I mean some on other coins, for example Doge, all the stuff like we planned also some targets. So here we got the 32. I mean, I gave you a target, we missed it out by some cents. I added another small target right before the target we planned here, and we got a bounce like this is pretty crazy. I mean, this is yeah, that was the first target here, that was the second target here. This is, by the way, the plan what we did. I added this fib only because I was looking for a possible ABC here to the downside, ABC zigzag. So I just added this fib here from the top of the move to the bottom here, normally to the top here. That gives us, that's maybe not the right fib. Oh yeah, it was with the flat, so an ABC like this. That gives us a 1618 like this, and this is where we bounce it off. So that gives us a nice also 52% move to the upside. This is pretty good, and this on, for example, sushi and a lot of coins. This is just pretty crazy. This is just really crazy. Absolutely love these dumps. Anyway, so yeah, hope you all enjoyed. As always, if you have some questions, do not hesitate to ask. Maybe not now because I'm going to end the live stream, but if you want, you can absolutely join the Discord server and yeah, ask me some questions. Do you have a question? No, you do not have any question, channel. It's on in the core subscribers and VIP section, but you can ask me some questions in the general chat. By the way, new chat, for that was a suggestion. And by the way, if you have also some suggestion, do not hesitate. This is, I mean, if you have something to say, you can absolutely oh my god. So feel free if you want to get to give me some suggestions. If you want to ask me some questions, you have all of these chat channels here where you can ask me some questions. If you want to post your TA, you can absolutely too. For example, this guy did find something really cool with the pitchforks. Anyway, so yeah, that was a pleasure to be live with you all. Hope you all enjoy. Now we have the plan for Bitcoin. We know what we can expect if we have to go down, if we have to go up. If we know what we can expect if we have to go higher. We know what we can expect if we have to go down. Possible ending if we do only a last wave down. We know what we can expect with the gap, all the stuff like this, all the support. And yeah, everything is planned now. So what we have to do is just wait and see if the scenario is going to be confirmed. I mean, the plan is going to be confirmed or not. So yeah, that's all really. So hope you all enjoyed. Take care of you. Have a brilliant day. And yeah, don't forget to smash that like, to subscribe to the channel, to turn on notifications, to join the Discord server, to check the website. And yeah, take care of you. Have a brilliant day and see you in another one. Cheers.